don't know why, but I've got a good feeling about Serbia. Yeah, how prehistoric does that look? It's like a blooming pterodactyl flying about. Into the real Serbia, off the beaten track. Yeah, this is getting a lot more like Kent roads now. Remember I was saying about all the gravel and sand and stuff in the road? The forks are twisted. Well, morning folks, this is day 9, I think it is. We were in Skopje last night, North Macedonia, absolutely love it. We have left Skopje, it's taken a good 35 minutes or so to get out the city. It's a massive sprawling city. And now we are out in the sticks on some twisties, but in Martin's own words he said it's pretty boring for a couple of hours and then we pick up the decent twisties into Serbia. So let's see what the day brings. Right, so coming up to the border. Usual story folks, I'll have to stop recording in a sec. See you on the other side. Hopefully. Okay. Is this the border? I thought that sounded like an XR. It was. We are in, or approaching, the Republic of Serbia. Okay, so there's no checks at all leaving Macedonia unless they all do it in a oneer up here. So you leave and you enter all in the one kiosk. That's probably what it's going to be. Right, I better stop recording because there's lots of people here. See you in a second. Serbia greets you. Lovely job. Helmet cam, copper cams and come up 1, 2, 3. And that, folks, is us in Serbia. Piece of pea. One of the easiest borders yet, no problem at all. Bit of queuing because there was only one kiosk open originally, but yeah, Serbia baby. Another stamp in the passport, another country to tick off. I guess the fuel's cheap, that's why we're filling up now. Okay then, we just stopped, had a bit of splosh after we filled up there. We're back on the road in Serbia baby. Let's see what she has in store. I don't know why, but I've got a good feeling about Serbia. I don't know why. I'm either going to be right or I'm going to be wrong. That's the storks up in the air. I mean, how prehistoric does that look? It's like a blooming pterodactyl flying about. Wow. So far Serbia, I'm liking these roads. Fast flowing, wide sweepers, beautiful surface. Yes, yes. Just watch out for the tortoises. Seen one trying to cross the road back there, poor little bugger. I keep wanting to stop to help them across, but I just can't. You'll be stopping all the blooming time. Well, we've been riding for probably a good hour now in Serbia. The roads are just like this so far, the roads that we've been on. Lovely, flowing, some traffic but nothing major. Locals like to make progress but nowhere near as bad as Albania, Greece, North Macedonia, where they just sat on your arse the whole time. Here it's a bit more chilled out, a bit more respectful. They just pass as and when. Currently 32 degrees. But it's nice while you're moving, nice cool wind. I don't know why, I've just got a really nice feel being in Serbia. Maybe because you know, we're in the second week of the tour and we're starting to head home. You know, when you start, maybe it's just one step closer to home. It's weird, I've said before, I get homesick now. I never used to. Yeah, I do miss being at home. I love being on the road, don't get me wrong, I love being on the road. I really do fancy another big long trip, but I think being away from home would be much harder now, much harder now, because I'm married and I'm settled. You know, we've got the house, we've got the dog and cats, and we've got the business to keep alive. It's very hard to keep the whole TeapotOne thing going while I'm on the road, because I can't really edit at night, you know, not on a group thing like this. Fair play to people like Itchy Boots, you know, if she genuinely is editing all her stuff every night by herself, then my god, that is some commitment, and she's doing an incredible job. But I also don't think there's any shame if she is using somebody else. But yeah, that would be something I'd have to try and figure out actually if I was to hit the road on a long trip. You just have to devote time to editing and producing content, and I kind of don't really do that much when I'm on the road. I sort of pause all that, much to the detriment of the channel, to be honest. I need to do some work and pick the channel up, because it's just sort of treading water at the moment. But anyway, Serbia. Again, really lush, green, clean as well. You just don't see rubbish lying about. Well, not so far anyway. In the UK, all the sides of the road here would just be festooned with rubbish. Right, we're on to some backcountry scratchers now. Into the real Serbia, off the beaten track. Still so lush and green, it's lovely. Road surface is beautiful. Zero traffic so far on these roads. Watch this now, switch the cameras on, we'll probably see a traffic jam up ahead. Varangi, that's where we're staying tonight. Varangi. Not sure how the traffic laws work here. People seem to be giving way to us all the time, and I don't know if they're just being polite or if they're supposed to give way. It's hard to see markings in the road. I'm watching what the locals do. It doesn't seem to have any impact, because they just seem to sometimes go, sometimes stop, but oh well. When in Rome, we had a slight issue there. The road that we were supposed to be on was blocked, the backcountry scratcher, so we had to retrace our steps back to that town and back onto the main. Let's go! So this is Serbia. It's boiling hot, it's about 35 degrees. Ooh.
Get it all in.
Need to use the wide angle here. So chaps, was that what you expected? for your little light lunch? Good effort. Pizza for dinner as well. Hiya!
Come on, Dave.
It's like a party at your house, this, look. Bonny big houses. I don't know why, I've just got a really nice feeling about Serbia. It's not overly different to most of the other places we've been, but I don't know why. I've had this feeling since we sort of got to the border. I really did like North Macedonia though, really like that. Definitely be coming back here. On the tractor, do some exploring. Whoa, speaking of the tractor, I've got my new exhaust waiting for me back home. I bought a decat and slip-on system from Q2. I did a little Google when I got back from the last Picos tour, because the bike just sounded like it was, you know, it was struggling to breathe. It had almost like an asthmatic wheeze to it, which I really don't like on that new 1300 engine. So I googled decat 1300 GS, and there's only one company out there doing it at the moment, which is this. I think they're Turkish. I think it's Q2, this company, and then there is a Welsh company who distributes it in the UK. I think they were called Performance Parts or something. I'll put a thing up on the screen now. That was my little gift to me after a couple of the tours. I basically spent my profit buying that exhaust system. It's about £2 grand, 1,800 quid I think. Now, I was supposed to be getting the new Jekyll and Hyde exhaust. There's been a slight issue there, because I was going to get that when I got to the Garmisch BMW World event next month in Germany. Turns out it looks like I've hacked off BMW because they didn't like my review of their electric bike, the CEO4, I did a few years ago. I thought they'd gone quiet on me, to be honest. I'd never heard anything from them. I mean, I don't get anything from BMW anyway. A lot of people seem to think I'm in their pockets and get given GSs and things. You couldn't be further from the truth. I bought all my bikes. I get no discount at all. I just shout and roar about service when service is good. And I'll shout and roar about the service I get from Group 1 in Brighton because the service there is top notch. That's why I go to them. Anyway, so it looks like I'm not going to that event now, and chatting with my contact with Jekyll and Hyde, looks like that is now fallen through because they wanted me there on the stage having the exhaust fitted, so there's no pull for them anymore. So I understand that's business after all, so it doesn't look like I'm getting that exhaust. So anyway, I'm going to chuck this one on, and I can't wait to see what difference that makes to the sound, because it is lacking. You know, I'm just not passionate about the 1300. It just feels it's not engaging enough for me. I keep harking back to the KTM, I really do. Either the Super Duke R or the Super Adventure S. That is my bike, you know, that is my kind of bike, my kind of engine. But it's just, I'm just not convinced the service I'm going to get is going to be what I need from any of my local dealers. But anyway, I think I'm taking a Ducati away to the Pyrenees when I get back. Simon Weir and I, we've got 2 Ducati V4S's coming. I think one's like the Enduro version. Basically it's like the Adventure and the standard GS, their version of the V4S. So we're taking them away and we're going to have a little swap about-y on the tour, and I'll do reviews of those 2 when we're away. We are at 25 past 3, probably be about 6 o'clock, all going well. As we know, you can never count your chickens on tour. You never know what is round that next corner. It's weird being here, you know, through the Balkans. We're up into the north of Serbia and then into Bosnia-Herzegovina tomorrow. You know, I've got a lot of friends and people I've worked with who served in Bosnia and Kosovo during the war in the 90s. And, you know, well aware of what went on, and that's not that long ago, is it? You know, we're talking 30 years, not long ago at all. And we're riding through some of these places where horrific things happened. It's just really weird to see, you know, now we're all at peace, but it does make you think and realise that, you know, God, there, but for the grace of whoever, do we have the lives that we have? Because it can change so quickly, can't it? You just need a couple of people in positions of power to decide that, you know, they don't like a certain people or a certain country, and boom, you're at war. We're seeing it now, aren't we? It's such a delicate balance. We're so fortunate to live in peace, and long may that continue. Oh, I'm getting all philosophical. Must be the heat. This V-Room's doing a good job, but it's quite cramped for me. I'm 6'3", 20 stone. I do feel like I've got my knees round my ears. Some more squiggles coming up. Look at Cali. Ooh, big old potholes. Yeah, this is getting a lot more like Kent roads now. I do keep bashing Kent, don't I? But you know, Kent Council, you need to pull your finger out. Your roads are a disgrace. And just like that, we're back onto billiard table smooth again. Just watch out for this stuff. Do not come canking round the corner, because more often than not, that stuff's waiting for you. 30 degrees. It's almost quite comfortable.
Do you want us to film?
So this is, could you film horizontal?
Yes.
Please? Thank you.
Yep, I'm filming now.
Right folks, so this is the Hover X1, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to test the microphone capabilities. Now you shouldn't be able to hear the drone from the actual onboard audio. You'll hear it in Alan's video there, and Joy's as well. She's doing it over here, multiple cameras. So let's give it a bash. I think it's this one. Okay. So it should, if I move, it should be following me. I think it's recording the audio. So let's just hold this down here. So if I start moving up here, it should come with me. So that's on the follow mode. And then if I sort of move around here, it should come with me. And then if I just start moving down here, it should follow. Now, it's not got obstacle avoidance as such, but it uses sort of image recognition in the actual video itself, in the camera. So it registers that I am the point that it needs to be looking onto. And as we go, it should, if we do this quite quick, it should detect that you're there and move out the way. So it's quite high. If I just come round here by Alan. How did it do? Did it go up there? Did it move? It did. Right. So what about if I come in here? Can it see me now? Is it following me?
Yeah.
How are we getting on? I tell you what, it's already doing better than my DJI Mini 3 Pro. And then now, if I bring my hand out, it should stop. Please land. There we go. So it's flash green, and that's it. How nifty is that? Sync them up. 1, 2, 3. What do I say, people? What do I always say? Never count your chickens on tour. So, sit rep. Remember I was saying about all the gravel and sand and stuff in the road? Well, we've come around the corner, and poor old Debbie has hit some gravel on the sort of round about the apex of a corner, on the outside of a bend. Touched the brakes and the front's just washed. She's gone down. So she was a bit shaken up, but then started to get some pain in the back of her leg, and she's got quite a big gash in the back of her leg. I think she's landed on some stones and they've gone through. So, as luck would have it, passing car happened to be a nurse in there, and she spoke English. So she had a quick look and she said, yeah, that's going to need stitches. The hospital's at the bottom of the road. I'll take you. So Debbie's getting looked at. Martin's just come back with John. Debbie's bike had a bit of the forks had twisted. So we've managed to loosen the yoke off and get the wheel back straight. That's all tightened up. So now we're on our way again. So it's just going to be the logistics. Joy's on her way in the support van. They're about a couple of hours away, I think. So we are just heading down the hill here into the town. At least there's a toilet. We can sit and have some drinks. We'll wait for Joy. We'll lift Debs' bike into the back of the van, strap that down, and then Joy and Debs can head to the hospital. And once Debbie's all sorted, she can jump in the van and we can get on our way. As I said, folks, never ever count your chickens on tour, because you just don't know what is round that next bend. Such is life, folks. Never take anything for granted. The older I get, the truer that saying is, folks. But anyway, on the road again. Believe you me, it could have been a lot worse. Sadly, as I experienced a couple of weeks ago, it could be a lot worse. And make sure you know what the emergency services number is for the country that you're in. Because I've got to admit, when we thought we were going to have to call an ambulance, I was like, geez, what number do you dial for an ambulance here in Serbia? And I had to Google that. But luckily, a nurse came by. Anyway, right, let's get back to it. I've waffled enough. Helmet cam, cockpit cam, sync them up, 1, 2, 3. Okay then, we're back on the road, folks. It is 20 to 7. Debbie's had a couple of stitches. We got the bike into the van. So Martin and Stuart are going to ride their bikes with the van that has Debbie, Debs and Joy. And then Jose myself, Joe and John in front. We are now heading towards a hotel. It's about 2 hours. There's no other direct route. It's sort of up over mountains, quite a bumpy road apparently. So it's going to be a late one for us. Assuming nothing happens, I'll see you either at a hotel or tomorrow morning. Here's me saying I had a good feeling about Serbia. Mind you, it is all worked out. I mean, it's all worked out in the end. Could have been a lot worse. Right, see you in a bit. Life on tour, baby. Right, we made it, folks. It is 5 to 9. That's us. We just had a beer downstairs when we got here. What a hotel room. Oh, look at this. It's proper posh. This is a hotel and spa. It's Hotel Tonanti. It's lovely. Look at the size of that bed. Oh. So, ensuite there. Shower facilities. Happy days. Now, we're going to go and have a bite to eat and maybe another beer. What a day. It always happens on looking in the wrong place. Don't look at my eyes, look at your eyes. What a day. Tour. You never know what is going to happen on tour. So this is stamped out of Serbia. Now we've got to stamp into Bosnia-Herzegovina. I wonder if this is Srebrenica. 8,500 people have been found. All men. Apparently some as young as 8.
I'm tired.
Jesus. This man is the reason why I'm an alcoholic. That's a bucket and a half, isn't it? Did you have one like that?
This one is an RH 120.
Yeah, Well, the day off exploring around Sarajevo. Yeah, that's not really gone as planned.